welcome back to my channel. This video is all about Charlotte Tilbury and the upcoming sale that is going to be happening on her website. As many of you guys know, Charlotte Tilbury is my favorite brand. I've always loved Charlotte Tilbury, and it's one of those brands that always makes me feel like I have that gorgeous Hollywood glow. Charlotte Tilbury is a world-renowned makeup artist for Hollywood, and her looks are always just so glowy and so gorgeous. And when she started her own brand, it gave all of us the opportunity to have that gorgeous Hollywood glow. There's so many amazing products in the Charlotte Tilbury line. I'm going to be sharing some of my all-time favorite products. I got a lot of Charlotte Tilbury in my collection. Lots of really great products from the brand, but today I wanted to kind of spotlight my absolute must-haves, the ones that I use on a regular basis in my collection. But I'm also happy to announce that this video is in partnership with Charlotte Tilbury. They are sponsoring today's video. You guys, when I got that email, let me just say this. When I got the email that Charlotte Tilbury wanted to sponsor my video, I can't even begin to tell you. I was screaming. Scared the crap out of my poor dogs. Like, they were like, what is going on with mom? She's losing her mind. I got on Marco and I was Marcoing all of my friends, being like, oh my gosh, can you believe that I got a sponsorship with Charlotte Tilbury? Here's the thing. It would be a dream come true to be put on the PR list, but to have them sponsor the video, you guys, mind-blowing. As I've mentioned, every single time I get a sponsorship like this, I always know that I would never get these opportunities if it wasn't for your support. You watching my videos, clicking the links in my description box, sharing my videos, liking my videos, commenting on my videos, all of that helps me to be able to get opportunities like this. Yes, YouTube is hard work, absolutely. But I could upload content every single day, but if nobody's watching, brands are not going to pay attention. These type of opportunities are because of you guys. And I cannot thank you enough for being a part of this journey and watching my videos and sharing the love of makeup right along with me. It absolutely means the world to me. And thank you to Charlotte Tilbury for wanting to partner with me on this video. So the countdown to the Charlotte Tilbury Cyber Week is on, and there will be a lot of different holiday bundles being uploaded on the website. I would definitely check the website every day during the sale, just so that you're not missing good bundles that get loaded up onto the website. I recommend creating a list of the products that you would like to get from Charlotte Tilbury, and then I would keep an eye on the website so that you can see if any of the items that you're wanting gets put into a bundle. Bundles are great. As I mentioned, Charlotte Tilbury is my favorite brand for multiple reasons. It's one of those brands that's so user-friendly and it gives you that glow from within. For us to be able to get that Hollywood glow in our own homes, it's incredible. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but when you shop on the Charlotte Tilbury website, you can actually get a free class with a reputable makeup artist. Now, before we jump into the tutorial, the one product that I absolutely love and 100% recommend that I did not use in today's video, but I wanted to bring it up. I have 8 shades in the Eyes to Mesmerize. I love the Eyes to Mesmerize. It is the most easiest formula to use, and it's a creamy eyeshadow. The way that I like to use it is I like to dip my brush down into the product, and then I will go directly into the eye and I will just build it up. This is a type of product that you can bring into the crease, and it's stunning. One of my other favorites is the rose gold. I mean, you can see I'm almost like halfway through the rose gold. And let me say this, I've had this rose gold for 3 years and it still works beautifully. Now, the trick with this is just not using very much. You don't need very much of this, and a little bit of it goes a very long way. And it doesn't crease. It doesn't look gross throughout the day. It's Absolutely amazing. What's nice about it is it gives you instant pigment, but it also gives you time to blend it out on the eye. You want to make sure that it doesn't crease. What I recommend doing is putting down an eyeshadow primer and then setting it with powder. I prefer setting my eyelid primer and my entire face with the Flawless powder. This is, to me, my favorite product from Charlotte Tilbury of all time, but I like to put down an eye base and then set it with this powder and then go in with the liquid eyeshadow. That kind of locks the oils so that the oils don't disrupt the shadow, but also not using a lot because you don't need very much. And it will give this gorgeous shine to the lid. It's one of those like easy one and done type of products, and it will give a gorgeous shine to the lid, but it will last throughout the day as long as you use a small amount. I wanted to mention those because I did not get a chance to use them in today's video, but highly recommend the Eyes to Mesmerize. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into the tutorial of me using my must-have products from Charlotte Tilbury, and I will see you guys all in my final thoughts. Okay, let's start with one of my favorite Charlotte Tilbury products that I pretty much use every day. And it's the Magic Cream. And this was like a special edition type of packaging. The tub of this lasts me all year because I use it as my base. This is what I use to prime and prep my skin before I go in with foundation. Something about the way that my foundation kind of blends into this, being that I'm dry normal, the way that my foundation kind of blends over top of the Magic Cream, like the foundation kind of melts into my skin, and it's my favorite foundation primer. I mean, I know it's not technically a primer. What I like about it is that it hydrates the skin without affecting the way that my foundation wears. In fact, my foundation wears better because it's almost like when I go over top with foundation, the Magic Cream kind of allows the foundation to kind of melt into my skin. If you have dry, normal skin and you like that hydrated kind of plump skin, highly recommend the Magic Cream as a primer. It's my favorite. I've been using it for probably about a year now, maybe longer. I've been using it and I use it every day. It's pretty much my base. If you guys follow me, you know that this is what I use every single day. Good news is these are now refillable. You guys, the Magic Cream is refillable. I'm so excited. So this is the new one. So this is the little cap, but right here, this pops off and you can stick it down inside and you can keep the jar, less waste. If you've been wanting to buy the Magic Cream, during the sale is going to be a great time to pick it up because she does have a lot of sets where you can get this along with other products, or you can get this with a refill. There's a couple of different sets. I also use the eye cream, which I'm going to get into that later on. Okay, let's move on to the Hollywood Falls filter. The Hollywood Falls filter, gorgeous. It's one of my favorites. In fact, this is shade 5, which is tan, and I have shade 4.5, which is medium. So this is 4.5. And this kind of has like a beige undertone, and I like to use this to kind of highlight the high points of the face. But shade 5, tan, is got a darker base to it, and I like to use that color all over the skin. I'm almost out of shade 5. I have to kind of really get it to shake up. So I have to kind of skim the sides of the tube to get the product off of the wand, because I'm almost out of it. I need to stock up on shade 5. It blends into my skin good. This number 5 kind of gives me a little bit of color, where 4.5 doesn't really give the color to the skin. But I like to go in with this, especially during the winter. Like if you're somebody that likes to wear soft matte foundations during the winter, going in with the Hollywood Falls filter first, it is just like everything your skin needs. It's so beautiful, and it gives this radiance from within, and I love it. I love it under the foundation, and I also love it over top of the foundation. Now, some people like to take this and put it right here and right here, just to kind of highlight that part of the face, but in such a small way. So I'm going to stick this right here, and then when I go over top of it with concealer, it will have a little bit of a highlight, but it won't emphasize pores and texture and all of that. Okay, let's move on to brows. So for my brows, I have been loving this pencil. You guys have heard me mention it many times. I've listed it in my description box. so many times in the last few months since this came out. So this is the Brow Cheat. It is a micro precision brow pencil, and I have it in the shade medium brown. And I do really love how small this pencil is, but not only is it small, but it doesn't break off. Can't tell you how many small pencils that I've had that break off as I'm using them. Also love the Legendary Brows. This is something that I have loved for a very long time. I think pretty much since I first got introduced to Charlotte Tilbury's brand. And when I had really small, sparse brows, like I've been growing out my brows for the last couple of years, but when I had like hardly any hair, I would use this and it would give me so much volume. Brush on this is really small and it allows you to pick up every single hair, and I love it. The trick with this is to wipe off the applicator, for me anyway. So what I'm gonna first do is go in with the pencil and kind of fill in this line just to give me a little sharper line. And then I'm gonna run this through the brows. So you can see it just picks up every single hair. Look at that. Amazing, right? It grabs every hair and kind of gives the hairs some volume. If you have thicker brows or fuller brows, this will work great, but I feel like this works even better for those who have sparse brows because it will make one hair feel like four. It's amazing. Let's go ahead and move on to eyes. I have plenty of favorite palettes from Charlotte Tilbury. You guys have probably seen a lot of my reviews of her palettes. I also did a Charlotte Tilbury ranking video where I kind of went through all of my Charlotte Tilbury quads, ranked them all. I have a lot of favorites. I would say my top favorite quad of all time is the Exager-Eyes. This is the palette that I always recommend. This is one of my absolute favorites. This is just one of those like everyday, easy quads. All of the shadows look gorgeous on the eye, and I can wear it with anything, which I love. This is definitely my favorite quad. Of course, the iconic Pillow Talk. Everybody loves this quad. This is one of their #1 sellers, which a lot of products have been inspired by the Pillow Talk, but I'm a medium to tan skin tone, and this is not quite dark enough for me personally. So I always go in with this palette. If you have a lot of Charlotte Tilbury quads, this is a palette that will serve you so well because these matte shades are everything that you need to pair with any quads or the newest quads. Now, these I absolutely flipped over. Love this. This is the Cosmic Pearl, and this is the Celestial Pearl. Just a couple of days ago, I created a look using this palette right here. This is the Cosmic Pearl. And I also used this. This is her newest palette. This is the Instant Eye Palette. Smokey Eyes Are Forever. This is her new holiday palette. And I'm going to put up the clip here because I did film it so that you guys could kind of see them paired together. So I first went in with this shade right here, and I kind of carved out my crease with it, and it packs a punch. I mean, you can see that a little bit of the shadow just really creates that definition. Then I went in with a smaller kind of pencil fluffy brush, and I grabbed this shade right here, and I used that shade to blend it out. But I didn't want to drag it out too far, so that was the reason why I used such a small brush. Then I went in with this Cosmic Pearl palette, and I grabbed this shade right here, and I put it all over the outer corner and gave it that shine. And I also brought a little bit of that into the crease because that is what I've always loved about Charlotte Tilbury's shimmer shadows is that they blend so beautifully in the crease. And then I went back in to this palette, and this shade right here is very special. In fact, this shade kind of reminds me of the shade from the Fire Rose palette. Now, that is a discontinued quad, and I really hope she brings it back because, in my opinion, it's one of the best quads she's ever made. This shade right here, this is unbelievable. This shade right here, I would say out of everything from Charlotte Tilbury, this shade in this Smokey Eyes Are Forever is very similar to the one from the Fire Rose. See, it's got a lot of shine to it, and you can also wet it down to get that impact. One of my favorite Charlotte Tilbury palettes is the Super Nudes. This is one of those palettes that is always dependable, so easy to create anything with. And this black is the easiest black to use. Now, what makes this palette so unique, in my personal opinion, is this is a cream powder formula. It's not a true matte shadow. It's got a creamy texture to it. And the way that these shadows look on the crease, unbelievable. So if you're somebody that loves a little bit of a shine with the matte shadows that you're using, these are gorgeous. I'm actually going to use this palette today because I want to show just how beautiful it looks. And I think I'll also incorporate maybe one of the Hollywood Falls filter palettes because I haven't used these for a minute and they're so gorgeous. So I'm going to first go into this shade right here. I'm going to carve out my crease with this shade, just like I did in the look that I just showed you. But look at the shine that that matte has. And I'm going to go into the first shade in the palette, and I'm going to use the first shade to blend this shade out. Next up, I'm going to take a small tiny brush and I'm going to go into this shade right here. I am going to put this like right at the lash line right here. And I'm going to kind of bring that up and into the crease. Now, normally I don't get a lot of fallout when I'm using this palette, but because I am using this small little stubby brush, I am getting some fallout. Now I'm going to go back into the first shade that we used, and I'm going to blend out that pigment and just kind of soften it up. So now I'm going to go into the Eyes-of-a-Star Quad, and this is from the Hollywood Falls filter, and I'm going to grab this shade right here. I'm also going to put that on that fluffy brush I was using, and I'm going to bring that into the crease. I want both of them. I can't decide which one to do on the top. I think I want both. I'm going to go into this shade first, which is this one. Then I'm going to go into the first one. I am going to grab this shade because I am obsessed with the way this shade looks. Over top of that gold. Oh, it just like brought that gold to life, right? It's so beautiful. I'm going to clean up my lower lash line. If you guys have been with me for a while, you know that I love the Magic Eye Rescue. So this is the one I keep in my bathroom. And then I keep this one down here in my makeup room. This is what I use every single time I wipe my eye makeup off and want to put hydration back. Being 42, I can't just wipe my eye makeup off with a makeup wipe and not put hydration back in that area. It's a little bit more hydrating than the Magic Cream, but it does not disrupt the way that my concealer works over top of this. It's not too thick of an eye cream where your concealer will weigh heavy over top of it, or it will start to get kind of creasy or whatever. It's one of those eye creams that blends and kind of melts into the skin, but it won't disrupt the concealer and the way that the concealer wears, which is why I use it. What I like to do is put it on and then I go over top of it with a sponge and just make sure that it's nice and pushed into the skin. And then I leave it for about 5 minutes, and then I go in with concealer, and it gives me the hydration that my under eye needs. Of course, I love it at night, but in my opinion, it stands out using it under concealer. It's so forgiving under concealer. Let's move on to the lower lash line. So I'm gonna grab this shade right here, and I'm gonna bring that right along here and kind of blend it out. Now I'm going to go back to that small tiny brush and I'm going to go into this shade right here, and I'm going to focus this right at the base of the lashes, like right here. If you're somebody that is intimidated by blacks but you want to use blacks, this black in this palette is so easy to use. Like, it's such a gorgeous shade. Now, of course, I'm doing the chocolate brown, but the black in here So beautiful. Okay, let's move on to the face. A couple of products I've been personally waiting to come back into stock is the contour wand. So I had it for a while and I had it in shade Fair Medium. I used it up, but I knew that the next purchase I would get would be the darker shade because it comes in 2 shades. They've been out of stock for a while. Well, they're now back in stock. I went ahead and ordered it. I didn't want to wait for the sale because I want that contour wand. It has this sponge tip applicator like this, and you dab it on and blend it out. It is perfection. And the Peachgasm and the Pinkgasm have came back into stock. Madison Beer used the Pinkgasm, I think in like a Vogue video, like her makeup routine, and it sold out everywhere, and it's been out of stock for a while. In fact, rumor has it that they have a waiting list of over 50,000 people waiting for Pinkgasm to come back into stock. I went ahead and ordered this bundle where you get to pick. So I picked the darker contour, the Pinkgasm, and Spotlight. Now, I've always loved Spotlight, but I used mine up, so I went ahead and reordered it. I do have the Peachgasm in stock, so I'm going to use that on camera. I just love this. First, I'm going to go in with the bronzer. We all know this bronzer is iconic, right? So, as many of you guys know, I love powder. It is my absolute favorite powder. I use it every single day, which I will use it in today's video. But when she launched the bronzer in a similar formula of the powder, it was like mind-blowing. This bronzer is gorgeous, and it's also refillable. I first bought the bronzer, used it for a while, and then I heard Lisa D1 on YouTube talking about the brush and how much she loved the brush. They're like a match made in heaven. So I normally don't like brushes that have this like twist up thing, but I can tell you she was absolutely right about this brush. This brush applies this bronzer like a dream. So what I like to do is I like to go in like this, tap off, and it hugs the side of the cheek like a dream. I went and got my Botox the other day and I got a little bruise there, but it'll heal. But this brush, the way that it hugs the skin and the way that it applies this bronzer, I regret not getting the brush with the bronzer. So they're really convenient to use. You just twist this open and then you can squeeze out the product. Now you can go directly on the face and blend it out. I like to go on the back of my hand. I like to put some right here and then go in with a brush and apply it. You know, we're all different, but this is how I prefer to apply these. But look how gorgeous this is. Look at that. And what's nice about it too is that it's super forgiving. So even though it has that shine, it's so beautiful on the face. Now I'm gonna grab the Nudegasm palette. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into this contour color and I'm just gonna carve out the cheek just a little bit, just to add a little bit more dimension, like right there. You can see how that kind of carved it out more than on this side. I like putting on my bronzer first and then going in with this. I feel like I get a little bit more of an accurate application. I normally don't ever use the shade. The shade is a little bit too light for me personally. Then I will go over with powder and kind of buff all of this together and kind of soften all the lines up. But you can see just adding a little bit right there will just kind of cut those lines out. It is amazing. And it's way more pigmented than you think. Then I'm gonna grab the blush from the Nudegasm palette. Love this. And no, it's not too much glow for me anyway. Then I am going to grab this wand right here. This is the Glowgasm Beauty Wand in Goldgasm. So this is definitely a beautiful gold color. Look how pretty that is. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to take and rub my finger into it. Look at that. And I am going to apply it here on the side of the face. And then I'm going to use a clean finger to blend it out. Makes this so special is that it looks like it's blinding, but it's really not. As you're blending it, it becomes this like beautiful, natural highlight. Now I'm gonna go in with the actual highlighter from here and just give it a little bit of a pop, like right there. Now I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Powder. I've talked about this multiple times. I just refilled this one. This is the smaller size. She actually has a set on the holiday bundles where you could get two, but I had a larger one and I went ahead and refilled it, and this is what I have left, so I do need to stock back up. I'm gonna give it a good shake, and I'm gonna spray and set my face. Now you can see my skin has this glow. Now it's time to polish up the glow. I'm gonna take the Airbrush powder, which is my favorite, probably my favorite product from Charlotte Tilbury, and I am gonna polish up all of the areas that I want to kind of soften up the glow, because I want my face to be glowy, but not everywhere, right? This powder is so forgiving on wrinkles. It's gorgeous over pores. Like, it's almost like the pores disappear when you apply it. And I will bring it up and underneath my eye like this, but I don't put it directly underneath my eye. So I just take whatever's left on the brush, but I'm gonna go in and just add this powder in the places that I wanna kind of calm down the shine. But everywhere else, I got a Hollywood glow, right? Final little glowy step I'm gonna take this small brush and I am going to highlight the brow bone. So I'm just gonna put it directly over my brows just to give me a little bit of that glow. And I'm also going to do a little bit of that on the inner corner. Okay, let's move on to lips. So I have a lot of favorite products from Charlotte Tilbury as far as lips go. I have a lot of Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. In fact, I will pop up a picture on the screen of all of my lipsticks. I'm gonna swatch them all for you so you can see all of the shades swatched, and you can also see the undertones and all of that. I have a lot of Charlotte Tilbury. It would take me the whole video to show you all of the lipsticks that I have. So I felt like it would just be easier to show you here on the screen what they look like and just how gorgeous the colors are. Kissing formula is a little bit, it's a little bit more of a luminous lipstick. And obviously the Matte Revolution is a very comfortable, long wearing matte lipstick. And this little set is available on the Charlotte Tilbury website, where you can get the Pillow Talk lip liner and the lipstick. These are the ones that I carry in my purse. I would have to say one of my favorite formulas from Charlotte Tilbury is this. So I have one that is in the Superstar Lip formula, which is just really hydrating. This is the shade Pillow Talk, and this is just one that I just throw in my purse and it's easy to pop on really fast. But she has a special formula that I'm personally obsessed with, and this is the Diamond formula. This is Pillow Talk Diamond, I believe. Yes, look at this shade. They're gorgeous. And then this is Lucky Diamonds. Oh my gosh, I love these. These are my favorite, I think, because they're just so unique. I love the diamonds. They're gorgeous. Look at that shade. Gorgeous, right? Because this look doesn't really have like a lot of mauve tones to it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to contour my lips with the Iconic Nude. Iconic Nude is iconic for a reason. It is the perfect nude lip. And I like to use this to contour and make my lips look a little bit bigger. And then I'll go in with a darker lip liner, but this is what I use to contour. So I bring a little bit of that right here, just to add, see how it gave that definition right there? I'm also going to bring it up and over the lip. I like it because it's kind of the same color as my lips. And now I got to figure out what lipstick color I want to wear with this eye look. I'm going to be here for a minute. I'll be right back. I think I found the perfect shade. This is Stoned Rose. This is gorgeous with this eye look, right? Oh, I was going through all of them and I kept looking and I kept thinking, where is the shade? This is it. This has that gorgeous kind of orange base to it where it matches this shade in the eyeshadow. Oh, I love this. And then you have the contour from the Iconic Nude kind of underneath it to give it that fuller look. Oh, I love this. This is beautiful. Look at this shade. Ah, it's so pretty. I love it when I find that perfect lipstick. That is so pretty. Now I'm going to jazz it up and add a little bit of this. Look at that. Oh, that's like the perfect combination. This is Lucky Diamonds over top of Stoned Rose. Oh, gorgeous combination. Hallelujah. I am here for this. I am here for this. So this is the final look using all of my favorite Charlotte Tilbury products, and this lipstick kind of just pulled it all together, which is what lipstick does. I love lipstick. So that's it for the video, you guys. Be on the look for the holiday sale. There will be different sets that will be uploaded on the website. As the sale continues, there will be more discounts. So if you're new to Charlotte Tilbury or you love Charlotte Tilbury like I do, it's a great way to stock up and buy more of your favorite Charlotte Tilbury products. Thank you again to Charlotte Tilbury for sponsoring this video. Everything I used in today's video will be linked in the description box down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in today's video. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Love you. Bye.